Hi all, welcome back. So we've covered quite a few LinQ queries and how to work with them. There are a lot many. I'll not be able to cover all of them, but I've provided a link in my previous video where you can get the syntax of all the queries available and you can choose them and use according to your need. And if you want me to cover a particular scenario, you can mention it in the comment section below. But yeah, moving forward, in this video, we're going to cover a few of the string functions and the aggregate functions which can be covered using the LinQ queries. So let's get started. So below here, you can see that I've created two array of strings, list and list2. So the first list is having these values: RP Evangelist, that's my YouTube channel name, RPA UiPath, AA, and BP, that's Automation Anywhere and Blue Prism. And the list 2 is having this two of the first two values the same as in the previous list, and the other two values are different. So we're going to first see how we can join these two, and we can join on the basis of the non-matching values, or we could even join on the basis of the matching values. That totally depends on our use case, what's the need of it. So let's drag in and assign activity to first join it. And okay, so we'll first go to value, and as we've seen in the previous thing, that how did we, from an array we segregated the even numbers and we left out the odd numbers. So we know that how should we loop in. So we'll start with from. Now as we see, from, like, the activity has for item in this, so like that we're going to take for item in the first list, which is LST, and we'll write join, and we will join it with the other list. So that's item 2 in the other list, which is our LST2. This. So this will iterate on the list. This item would iterate on the first list, and this item 2 would iterate on the list 2, as in it would act as the iterating variable which holds the value. And now we're going to write the condition. So this is similar to what we write in SQL queries. So we'll write on, and after on we'll write the condition, that on what condition we're going to join it. So we'll write where or on item equals item 2. Item 2. So that's a condition, and wherever this condition satisfies, get me those values. Okay, we'll click on OK, and we'll have to assign a value to it. So we'll write control A result join, which is the, and when you get this error, and from this error, if you're not really aware that what it is going to return, you could just hover over the error and you'll get to know what would be the data type of result join. So if you hover over it, you see that system.collections.generate.I enumerable of string cannot be converted to string. So this indicates that the data type of result join should be I enumerable of string. So this could even act as a hint if you're not very sure that to what it has to be converted. This can act as a hint. So it's done. So we could either print it and run it in debug mode and see the value in local stack, or we could print it, but you cannot just drag in a write line and print the array or list, because that's not the way how you print in the array or list. You need to loop in through the array or through the list, and then you can print all the values at indexes one by one. Or instead, if you want to get the value of a particular index, you can do that. You can do that by results join dot items, or no, that dot items work in rows, or you can dot element add, and you can pass in your index and you can convert it to dot to string. So that's the way. Now because if we know that only two values should be printed if it's joining on the basis of the similar values, so we could get it printed like this, that element 0 would have the first value and element at 1 would have the next value. And we could even get a count to know that whether there are more elements or not. There should only be two elements if it's being joined on the basis of equal values. So there should only be two elements. So we have printed the count as well. The count should come as 2, which would prove that there are only two elements and it has been printed on the basis of equal value. So we have clicked on run. Let's wait for the execution to get completed. Yeah, so first we get RPA Evangelist, second we get RPA UiPath, and the values are only 2. That is, there are only two values. So that's how we can use the join. Similarly, we can use the sum function, the maximum function, the minimum function, which we have seen previously. We have seen the maximum and minimum. Similarly, we could use the sum function as well as the average function. Now, there is one more function which I'll cover. Suppose, let me just erase all these right lines. Now, suppose you have this list with you. You want to pick up only those values which has RPA in it. You know there's a function called contains which will do your work. So for that you have this, you will just have to have one list. So we'll pick in the first list and we'll write from item in list where item dot contains, and you'll pass in the value RPA. So you want only those items to be printed and we'll write select item. So this will only bring out those values which have RPA in it. We'll run it on debug mode and we'll see the values. The last two values should not be associated or assigned to result join list because they do not contain RPA word in them. So if you see the value over here, it would be assigned to 2. So it's only RPA Evangelist and RPA UiPath. The other two have been erased. Okay. So that is how you do the contains. So let's look at one more this LINQ query thing, except. So what would except do if we pass in list dot except list2? So what would it do? That it would print all the elements from list which are not present in list2. We'll just see a demo. We'll just see a demo so that it's more clear. So we have list, we have dot except, and we have list2. So we passed it and let's check it. Let's run it on debug mode so that we could see the values in the locals pane. It's a very good idea if you run it on debug mode. If your program is getting stuck at some point, it would be really clear to you where you're going wrong. So if we see result join, so we have AA and BP. So these two were not present in list 2. This AA and BP, okay, let's just open this thing, variables pane. Okay. So this AA and BP were present in list and list 2 had this. So what it did, except means keeping this thing aside. So it filtered all those values which were not present in list 2. So these two values are unique. They are not present in list 2. So that's how the except work. So that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more updates and happy learning. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more contents. Thank you.